Welcome back everyone to the Sim Racing Show. In this episode, we're going to cover the biggest sim racing game updates and exciting hardware. It's a massive week, so look forward to it. Two massive pieces of news for Gran Turismo 7 fans. The first is a Gran Turismo 7 update that's just been announced coming next week, and we've got a sneak peek of the content. And also, if you love Gran Turismo as much as I do, you're going to love to hear the second piece of news. This time, the biggest Gran Turismo 7 events and fastest drivers may be closer to you than ever as the World Series is back and bringing, for the first time in ages, elite sim racing to 4 major cities, maybe a city near you. We're also going to discuss a big move from Assetto Corsa Evo as a new chief technology officer joins Kunos. Could this signal a significant step forward towards its full release? With Evo pushing towards full access, fans are wondering, is this the breakthrough that the game needs? We're also going to jump into Wreckfest 2 early access, and I'm going to let you know my first impressions and if it's worth getting some discounts for you as well. We're also going to look at if it's worth getting the new Moza and Booster active pedal, which launched this week. And meanwhile, iRacing has finally dropped a long-awaited update, bringing a new track, 3 ARC Series cars, and physics adjustments, but has it lived up to expectations? There's even more. Forza Motorsport expands its car roster once again with 8 new cars, including the Lamborghini SC63 LMDH. Great car, but does it truly shake up the game? Is it bringing a problem to Gran Turismo 7? And Automobilista 2 revives a fan favourite racing series, offering something we haven't seen in years, Super Trophy trucks. Is it going to convince sim racers to get the game? We're also going to take a look at how you can get huge discounts on your favourite racing games right now. With so much happening, no racing game is staying idle this year. If you're a sim racing fan, you genuinely need to be abreast of everything's happening because your favourite racing could be moving to a different sim. You just got to be aware of it. So let's start with the 2 massive pieces of news for Gran Turismo 7 fans, because Kaz has just teased some details of the new update which is coming next week. From what we're going to see, the new update is going to get 3 new cars, but fans are already really angry about it. So the cars speculated from the teasers could be an Aston Martin Vartas 2018, likely the V8 version. This could be the AMG source twin turbo engine. That's a fun car to drive. But then we go a bit weird. The Renault Kangoo, a quirky compact van, might seem like an odd pick. I think it's an odd pick. It could become a fan favourite if you pair it with an outrageous engine swap, but I think that makes Gran Turismo a bit of a comedy game. It's a bit of a caricature, so why they're bringing the Kangoo, I don't know. And then maybe the Mazda CX-30, which is a crossover, but it's not an exciting update in terms of the cars. Is there going to be a new track? We will see, but come on, Gran Turismo. Now, the big Gran Turismo news is that the update arrives during Gran Turismo 7's 3rd anniversary month. I'm feeling so old now because I remember the hype for launch, but 3rd anniversary of Gran Turismo 7 and the Gran Turismo 7 World Series qualifiers are starting on April the 2nd, so that could be what we need for the new track. And the World Series is back. I promise you it's going to hit maybe a city near you. These are the cities: London, Berlin, LA, and Fukuoka in Japan for an unforgettable global showdown. So we're going to see the best sim racing Gran Turismo go head-to-head in what are iconic locations, battling for supremacy in both the Nations Cup and the Manufacturers Cup. And the season kicks off where I am in London on June the 7th, where the first big points are up for grabs. Then it's going to be Berlin in September the 20th for European action. Then we go to LA on November the 8th, where drivers are going to be making their final push for the championship showdown in Fukuoka in Japan on December 21st. There will be loads of credits up for grabs. I'm going to give you the tips so you can get free credits like I do every year. There's a new seeding system this year that guarantees that past champions like Takuma Miyazono, Kylian Drummond, Jose Serrano will be in the mix. So it should set up thrilling battles between established legends and hungry challengers. And remember, as it stands, anyone watching this video can get to the world finals. Like, you can get to your A+ rank, you can win the qualifiers, you can get there. That's the promise of the Gran Turismo whole thing about the Academy, GT Academy. Remember, I was in the Gran Turismo movie, which is all about this rags to riches story. So if you have an idea who's going to be the fastest Gran Turismo racer in the world at the end of the year, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you're planning to attend. because maybe we'll do a meetup. Maybe we'll do a sim racing show live in London. Let me know if that sounds like a good idea. I'll put some money behind the bar. Next, we're going to discuss is Assetto Corsa Evo. It's really dropped off the radar, I think, because came in early access with a mad amount of hype. I tried to check it, and it looks like they need to make some changes now. Also, Wreckfest 2, you guys love the early access video. We're going to be talking more about that and the Moza and Booster active pedal. But before that, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Instant Gaming, because if you love sim racing like I do, you know that you need to be checking the best prices, because it's better having a lot of sims to play so you can be benefiting from all these updates. And one of the best places to get those discounts is Instant Gaming. There's an affiliate link in the description. Just go check it out, see the prices. If it interests you, I know some of you have been buying games already and hopefully really enjoying it. So Evo is really cheap on there. Le Mans Ultimate is really cheap on there. I'm working with them to get Wreckfest 2 on there for cheaper than you can get it anywhere else. So check the link. Maybe Wreckfest 2 is going to be there. Big thanks to Instant Gaming. Now let's get back to the news, because Wreckfest 2 has just launched in Steam Early Access, bringing absolute carnage. The guys over there got in touch with me, said, do you want to play it early? I said, absolutely yes, because I know you love it. So I played it early with Sam, who's a genuine Wreckfest expert, and I enjoyed it. I think it's fun. I'm concerned that it's very limited on content, which is continuing the trend of early access these days, but I really like the graphics. I really like the physics. I actually quite like the handling as well. I think it could be a deeper game than maybe people think. This is a sequel to the fan favorite 2018 hit, and they talk about in their blurb improved physics and deeper destruction. And there will be, they say, a wider lineup of tracks and vehicles, but not at launch. At launch, you get the sandpit, scrapyard, speedway, and the testing grounds with some layouts. There's 8 layouts in total and 4 cars: Road Slayer, Rocket, Striker, and Ginger. I tried all of the cars, all of the tracks in my video. Bugbear, the developers say it's just the beginning, and early access is going to launch for 12 months with a load of major content drops, so you can expect new cars and new tracks, and maybe customization options as well, including armor parts, design sharing, and special tournaments. And they've also teased a career mode as well. I think you should be able to add guns to the cars. I think you should be able to have a super realistic mode. I think you should be able to have power-ups to repair your cars. So many opportunities, because the game is just at the core of it really fun. I'm impressed with it, but I'm concerned that it's another early access game that's coming out with not a lot of content. Now let's get to Assetto Corsa Evo, because something big may be cooking at Kunos. By the way, if you've enjoyed the sim racing show so far, please make sure you're subscribed. Please share the video on this one. Share the video to your mates on the forums. I love making these. We have a proper journalist, Ross, who gets all the information for you guys. So it's not AI generated. It's actual proper journalism. And I love doing it for you. So thank you so much. Now, Assetto Corsa Evo is on its journey to 1.0. And Stefano Casillo, the legendary co-founder, and some say driving force behind the original Assetto Corsa and Netcar Pro, is back as Chief Technology Officer. And Evo fan expectations are now skyrocketing, because Evo is now poised to unleash an array of new exciting features. We know that the free roam, what they say, the groundbreaking open world experience, is also imminently coming. Improvements to VR as well, new cars, new tracks, new kind of single player options. I am cautious about the open world. I don't think it's going to be a Forza Horizon beta. I don't think they have the capability to intricately model the entire area and make it feel like a living, breathing area. But that won't matter that much if the handling is incredible in an open world environment, which is what I've been crying out for. BeamNG does that, but it has basically no front end. I feel like BeamNG and Assetto Corsa Evo are going to be really fun games to do in open world, just like the original Assetto Corsa was, with modding. And maybe Casillo is going to influence modding. Maybe he's going to change Assetto Corsa Evo's stance on modding at the moment, which is basically they've banned modding, which is very different to Assetto Corsa. They say it's going to come later on, but at the moment there's no modding. So let me know if you think Casillo's return signals that Evo are having a change of direction. The player numbers have plummeted. That's no surprise. So let's see if that's going to bring it back. And hopefully Assetto Corsa Evo is going to be a really powerful sim racing game. Because at the moment, I think it's undershooting expectations. Let's get on to hardware now. Absolute game changer. Genuine game changer. The Booster active pedal has been launched by Moza. It's not just a normal pedal. It's an active pedal, so it moves back against you, gives you real-time feedback. like ABS, traction control, engine vibrations, gear shifts. It's all customizable to the software. No G-force yet, that's exclusive to SimuCube. I have the active pedals right down here, so I'm pretty experienced with using active pedals. In fact, I'm probably one of the most experienced sim racers on active pedals. So there's a lot of customization you can do in the software, and if you watch my review of the Moza and Booster, you'll see that I struggled actually initially to get a good feel, but then I found some really good presets that transformed it. So you really can mess it up with active pedals. So we have dual 200 kg load cells, a 15-bit angle sensor, 21-bit magnetic encoder. Okay, but dual 200 kg load cells, there's a load of pressure basically, and you can customize it all in the software. So you will want to be in Moza Pit House. Pro racers like Jimmy Broadbent, albeit he's sponsored, and Dirk Schuiten have called it next level immersion. So let me know what you think. $800 basically for the pedal. So about half the price of the SimuCube active pedal. I still think the SimuCube active pedal is better, but an Unbooster for half price is just a genuine game changer. If you do want to buy any of these products, www.simracingdiscounts.com. That's my discount site. Go there if you decide to buy any products and use the links. I may get some commission, so it really helps me out. iRacing Season 2 2025 update has dropped. So we've got the new ARCA Series cars, and Portland International Raceway has been added to the sim. So some people saying, hang on, this is a bit of an underwhelming update, but there are some other changes, like the Ford Coupe has received a rework. Not sure many people are driving that. And also, controversially, GTP and LMP2 cars getting tyre updates to prevent unrealistic speeds. I think this is so controversial. I called this out in a previous sim racing show months ago. Do you remember when the 499p was added to iRacing? And there were a lot of sim racers and a lot of YouTubers online saying, oh, iRacing is rubbish because the speeds aren't realistic compared to real life or Le Mans Ultimate. And I was like, hang on, you know, we don't just want to make it realistic. It should be fun as well. Now they've changed the tyre model to prevent it being unrealistic, and people don't like the tyre model. It's really easy to spin out. Well, hello, these cars are difficult to drive. You have to be the best drivers in the world to drive a Ferrari 499p hypercar. I went to the Spa 6 hours endurance in the World Endurance Championship, and the Ferrari hypercar pro drivers span it coming out of the pits because there were no tyre warmers. So this is the debate between, do we want it to be a one-to-one realism match to real life, in which case these things should be really frustrating and difficult to drive because we're not pro racers, or do we want it to be a fun approximation of sim racing and we feel like we're driving a hypercar? And they're not compatible. You know where we've seen this, that we've also covered in the sim racing show? F1 esports versus casual players versus esports. You can't satisfy both audiences, and the F1 game is in a mess because of it. And this is a real important moment for iRacing. They want to cater to the esports crowd. The esports crowd gets them in with a lot of the real world championships and helps them get the scans, etc. But the vast core player base who I represent, drivers like you and me, we're working in the day, we come back after work, we jump on the sim. We don't want to have to go back to the old days of, oh, I've got to do like an hour of free practice to understand the car, and I've got to do 3 out laps to what. No, we don't have the time for that. That's a realistic aspect for us. Bit of a rant there. Let me know what you think. Forza Motorsport enthusiasts, I know there's so many of you in the community. New question for you. Forza adds 8 new cars. 8 new cars, new update, but does it change the game? So they've added in the 18th update the Lamborghini SC63 LMDH hypercar that's racing in IMSA this season. Won't be in the 24 hours Le Mans because WEC have said need to run 2 cars. Lamborghini were like, see you later. I saw this car. I went with Lamborghini to Jerez, where I was playing around with the Moza Ascenza wheel. Absolutely incredible. I saw one in carbon fiber, and I just stood there for like half an hour. I'm just obsessed with cars. What else is coming? Lamborghini Countach, Koenigsegg 1, Cadillac CTS-V, always fun, Porsche 911 GT3 RS Classic, Lotus Evora, Forsberg Racing, Nissan Gold Leader Datsun, and Lamborghini Revuelto. Hang on a second, that's absolutely insane update to Forza. So Forza is coming up fast. You know that scene in Toy Story where they're chasing the truck and they're on the RC car and it's coming up fast? That's what Forza's doing right now. So I know there's so many people watching this video in our community who are just loving Forza and don't care about the hate that people say about Forza because you're having a lot of fun. It's a really fun game at the moment. Now, Automobilista 2. Oh my god, we are covering every single sim racing game in the sim racing show. Took longer than fans had hoped, but Riser has finally brought Super Trophy trucks to Automobilista 2 as part of the Adrenaline Part 2 DLC track. So the real question is, do these wild off-road beasts live up to expectations? So they got 12 ramp-equipped track layouts, including iconic layouts like Adelaide, Monza, and Sebring. In the jumps, oh my god, a price tag of just $6.99. Is it a must-buy or is it niche? I tell you what, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to do it in VR because that sounds absolutely insane. Let's get on to BeamMG now. I mentioned it earlier because the Hirochi Sunburst remaster is set to include an overhauled exhaust note. So the Sunburst is one of my favorite cars to drive in BeamMG. It's based on the WRX 4-cylinder boxer engine. Really fun car to drive. Very rewarding to drive in BeamMG because if you hit a rock or something, you're going to break your suspension. Just please, can they add an update to that game to bring it a front end? Been really energized by all these updates. I want to get back on these games and make videos for you. This channel is about all sim racing for absolutely everyone. And a quick discount for you because Pimax, who provided my Pimax Crystal headset, they've got an exclusive offer at the moment. They've got a graphic, it's on screen now. You can get a discount on the Pimax Crystal Light headset in an exclusive comfort edition. So if you've been on the fence thinking about whether to get it, here's an exclusive offer for you, and it'll be my affiliate link as well, so I will get some commission, but they've put together some offer. So hope you enjoyed the sim racing show. It's been a bumper one. I love making these. Please support it so I can continue to make them. Your support makes it possible, so please hit the like button and share them. And I'll see you in next week's sim racing show.